Hi, welcome to Bing147's latest pickup video. Sorry it's been a while. I've been really busy. I just moved here to Illinois, as I mentioned in a couple of my last videos. Been really busy. Not too busy to pick some things up, thankfully, but too busy to record anything. Sorry for the slightly yellowish tint. I'm going to try to take it out in post-production, so if that count makes no sense, well, you know why. I was able to take care of it. If not, sorry. It's better than it was. I was able to adjust the lighting enough that it works. Here's the deal. I've picked up way too much for a standard pickup video since I've been here in Illinois. It's been almost 2 months since I filmed a video. My last video was actually filmed before I moved. I just didn't have time to upload it until I was already here for about a week or two. I've actually got another video I filmed in Georgia still, which I may still upload. And I filmed another one here already, but it was just way too long. There was too much stuff. So decided instead I'm going to do this. It's going to be a top 10. It's going to be my top 10 pickups since I've been here in Illinois. I think all these are pretty good. Some of them better than others, obviously. But okay, let's start. Number 10. I picked these up at a garage sale. Actually, there was no games out, but I saw some Pokemon toys, and I asked, "Hey, do you have any video games?" And initially, the guy said no, but I said no. He's like, well, he asked me what I was looking for. Actually, I said, "Oh, I like all the old Nintendo stuff, Game Boy." And when I said Game Boy, it seemed to have sparked something with him. He asked me, "You mean like the handhelds?" And I said, yeah. He ran inside and came out with a big bucket of stuff. Fortunately, he started pulling it up on eBay real quick. He started eBaying the prices on his phone. So I knew I had to act fast. The first thing he did was the systems. He had 2 Game Boy Advance SPs. I would have loved to snag them. I wasn't going to pay the $30 he wanted each after I eBayed them. So I offered 10 real quick on the 5 of these. He took it. I was happy. Everything's good. $2 a piece, a little more than I would have liked to spend on these, but it's a good price still, especially considering the last 2. And really, I had to make a big offer, otherwise he was going to keep eBaying. I had to make him an offer he would take real quick. So I got a copy of Tetris for Game Boy. Everyone's got Tetris, it is what it is. Miss Pac-Man, it's the special color edition, which I assume is the same as any other Miss Pac-Man. But I've played it. It's fun, except for the fact that the game's too small of a screen. It's really hard to play because of that. It's a shame, because besides that, it's a great version of Miss Pac-Man. Spike here, Spyro 2 Season of Flame for the Game Boy Advance. I just dropped while we were back. Okay, I'm back. We got Mario Kart Super Circuit for the Game Boy Advance. This is a terrific version of Mario Kart. I've been having some fun with it. And finally, this is the best one of the lot. This is the one I didn't want him to eBay the most. It's one I'm trying to sell, actually. It's not a game really for me. I have the newer versions, but it is Pokemon Yellow Special Pikachu Edition. So those were that's my first find. My next one is a morning. I spent the whole morning out, and this is the only thing I found all day. It was like at my first stop, too, or one of my first couple stops, anyway. Still, it was a really good price. I got 3 PS3 games, actually. And strangely enough, I got them for $5 for all 3. They were marked 2, 3, and 4. So he wanted 9 for all of them. I offered 5 for the 3, and he took it. So a really good deal. We got Assassin's Creed 2, Call of Duty World at War, and I actually had this one before, but it was one of the ones I traded a while ago. If you remember when I traded a couple games and $25 for my Saturn, my Super Nintendo, my Genesis, and my Game Boy Advance. Well, this is one of the ones I traded. I actually picked it up because I wanted to play it, but I hadn't gotten to it yet. So I only traded it because I needed to for that trade, and I wanted that stuff. But it was worth picking back up as part of a 3 for $5. I got a Killzone 3. Looking forward to trying that out. Okay, moving on. Next, number 8. It's right here. Here we go. Got a bunch of PS2 and GameCube games. These were at a garage sale. They were marked $1 a piece, but they had a thing on it that said 11 games for $8. Like 11 GameCube games for $8. I didn't want all the GameCube games though. Some of them were just junk. But I wanted some of the PS2 games, so I grabbed the 3 GameCube games I wanted and the 4 PS2 games I wanted, and said, "Well, you take 5 for the 7," and they took it. So I got all 7 of these for $5. Got a copy of Tekken Tag Tournament. Cool game. I used to have it. Ace Combat 5. I believe it says Unsung War. Okay, yeah. Never played an Ace Combat game, actually. I've always meant to, so it's good to get that out of the way. We got a copy of Mercenaries. And yeah, I see that dollar sticker on there. It's not on the case, thankfully. It's on tape. I just got to peel the tape off. And a lot of GameStop stickers and stuff on these. But it is what it is. I can clean them up. They will clean up fine when I get the chance. Got a copy of Sonic Mega Collection Plus. I actually already have Mega Collection on the GameCube, but I was going to sell this, but now I'm keeping it because my fiance likes the Sonic games a lot, actually. Prefers to play them on the PS2 controller than the GameCube controller, so I'm keeping it. Got the original NBA Street. This game was amazing. I mean, you can't pass up NBA Street for $1 when you don't have it, right? There's Star Wars The Clone Wars, and there's the 11 games for $8 then, because it was on this game. It's one of the ones I wanted, so this I went with me. And this is the best one. Actually, funny enough, I have another copy of this I've picked up since then. I'm going to get into that story in a few minutes, because it ties in with actually my number one item. But here is Luigi's Mansion, Player's Choice. I believe it's complete. No, it's missing the manual. That's okay. The other copy I got has the manual, but the other copy I'm selling. So it is what it is. I don't really need the manual. I'm not a completionist like some collectors are. I just want to play the games, really. Moving on, though. Number 7. These are a stand-in, actually, for the whole lot, because the whole lot is too big to show you. It'll take too long, and I don't want to unhook it, frankly, because it's be a pain in the ass. I picked up, actually, an Atari 2600 with 20 games, although there are 3 duplicates. 2 joystick controllers, 2 racing controllers, all the hookups. It works great. Got it $15 at a garage sale. It's a little more than I wanted to pay. I tried to get her to go to 10. She wouldn't. I didn't have an Atari 2600. I wanted one. So for $15, I took it. I just pulled up there's a couple of the games. I got a copy of Centipede, copy of Missile Command, copy of Asteroids. There were a lot of other games with it. Space Invaders, Pac-Man. Pac-Man sucks on my system. Terrible Pac-Man. Bunch of others, really. Tron, Carnival, bunch. Anyway, moving on. Number 6. This is one I found at a Goodwill, actually. Only 2 of the items are right here. The others are back there somewhere. I gotta find them later. The first one is a copy of Mario Paint. It was 99 cents, and it also had the not the mouse pad, unfortunately, but the mouse was there. Also 99 cents. So I got both of them. There's the 99 cents sticker I still got to take off. Yeah. And this was also there. I also got to take it off this here. For $4.99, if you can see that. I got a Super Nintendo. It's pretty yellowed, as I'm sure you can see, although not as much so as you'd be able to if it weren't for this yellow lighting. But it's yellowed, but it works great. I hope it didn't come with any cords or stuff. There's a little crack there. I mean, it's not in great shape. I'm not going to say it's in great shape. The other front end's cracked too, unfortunately. I already had one. This is for sale, actually. I know you're going to say, you're going to sell that. It's not in great shape, but it works great. And if anyone has the cables, I mean, it would be a great pickup for if they need a replacement system if they're went out or something. And I'm not asking a fortune for it. I paid $5. If I can make $10, $15, I'm happy. So yeah, I picked that up for $5. I'm happy. Moving on. Number 5, I believe. Yes, number 5. This was actually one of my first pickups, if not my first pickup here in Illinois. I got these all for $3 a piece at a local pawn shop. Every one of them's worth at least $8 to $10. They had a bunch of PS2 and Xbox games, and all the Xbox games were kind of junk, with the possible exception of Riddick. And Riddick I can't play on the 360. I don't have an original Xbox, so I didn't grab it. I only grabbed some PS2 games. I was just building up my PS2 collection at the time. I've actually got a lot now. PS2 games show up everywhere, including some good ones. So, anyway. On to them. These were $3 a piece. I paid $18 for the lot. Beyond Good and Evil. I used to have this on the, I want to say, actually, I had the PS2 version. I had the same version before. Great game. Fantastic. We had Killer 7. I had this on GameCube once upon a time. Also, I don't want to say great game, but it's really interesting. It's different. It's unique. And it's a lot of fun, so I didn't mind it. Had this one before on the Xbox, actually. One of my favorite games of last generation. One of the most underrated. I'd have preferred to play it on the Xbox controller, but unfortunately, it's not backwards compatible on the 360. So I got Psyops for the PlayStation 2, the Mindgate Conspiracy. Fantastic game. Next up, we have a copy of Kingdom Hearts Greatest Hits. I've actually been playing this. I'm about 10 hours in. Fantastic. I never got very far back in the day in that game, and I regret it now because it's truly fantastic. Not included in this video, I actually picked up a copy of 2 since then for $5 at a pawn shop. So, we got Indigo Prophecy here, also for $3. And finally, my favorite one of the lot. I still haven't gotten to playing it. I had it once before for PS2. I didn't play it then either. It's a mistake, I know. I need to get to this game. And that's Okami. I'm really looking forward to playing this.